Agbado railway station, also known as Agbado Crossing, is a suburb under Ifo local government area of Ogun State. It is a border town that links Lagos State to the south. This town has had its own fair share of neglect from the government at all levels, local, state and federal, that residents have resorted to solving most of their problems by themselves. One of the major challenges faced by residents of Agbado Station is poor state of environment caused by indiscriminate dumping of refuse by unruly residents. Indiscriminate dumping of refuse is a major cause of environmental degradation that places the human community in a precarious situation. Apart from causing outbreaks of diseases that arise from the emission of harmful carbon that pollutes the air, indiscriminate dumping of refuse also causes flooding, which arises from blocked drainages and waterways. This is the aerial view of Agbado Crossing in Ogun State, for local government to be precise, where the issue of dirt has returned so many ills into the society. It has become so alarming how dirt and indiscriminate dumping of refuse has bedeviled this particular area. Flood has caused Nigeria so much loss of lives and valuable amount of property. There is also the issue of erosion, which puts farms at high risks as farmers tend to lose huge cash crops. Erosion also reduces the strength of buildings and roads and even structures, making the land prone to quakes and landslides. This is one of the dump sites where people have chosen to dump refuse indiscriminately and illegitimately. On the back of perceived neglect from governments of the day, the traditional rulership of the community should also show some level of responsibility. As at the time of filing this report, Agbado of Agbado land, Oba Adesina Shilon, was out of the country, but delegated one of his palace chiefs who was on ground to speak on the issue. Right, this is the office of the Agbado of Agbado land, where we just took pictures of the dirt and the places where people have chosen to dump refuses and even wastes indiscriminately. The Oba of Agbado has gone on a tour. One of the responsibilities he has to do as far as his office is concerned. But I have with me a very capable hand, somebody of high dignitary, who will be talking to us as well on what the monarch office, the office of the Oba, is doing about the dirt and of course indiscriminate dumping of refuse in Agbado area of Ogun State. I'll be meeting and introducing you to the Olori Ajay of Agbado land. Welcome to Top Notch TV, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, it has come to the notice of all and sundry that this area is a bit quite not too hygienic and a bit dirty as well. That even very adjacent and close to the Oba's palace, we can see areas of illegitimate dumps and refuse. Sir, what do you have to say about this?
You see, our cabinets have done a lot in clearing all those refuse you are seeing along the rail track. But as you know, our people, it's not easily to correct them. Each time that cabinets try to clear it, in a couple of few days again, they will come back there. I think if the government can come to our aid, if they have at least something like that container which they used to put by the roadside, who will be dumping their refuse there. But such is not forthcoming. So what can we do? The cabinet is trying his own best.
Sir, is there any way we could apply some level of stiffness or punishment, very slight, because these people too are the people under us. They are one of us, some of us, part of us, but we have to also try to be a bit stiff. Whether this might result into the adherence that we crave as far as dumping refuse around here is concerned. What do you say about that, sir?
Thank you. In that regard, the railway corporation will be in best position to assist the community. You could see that they normally dump the refuse at the rail site You understand? But we have railway police in Agbado here. Railway police, they are at Agbado railway station. If the railways decided to stop it, it's what they can do within the tickle of an eye. The railway police will just be patrolling the area. Anybody being caught and penalized, if they use 3 or 5 people as a scapegoat, the others will stop. I think railway corporation are in best position to do that. But cabbies have been doing a lot, because anytime it sees it, that is why before cabbies could demolish all illegal structure, there was too much illegal structure around here where the hoodlums normally hide themselves. They took cabbies a lot of effort to write to the railways before railway could come and demolish everything.
All right, sir. Yeah, you made very nice points about the fact that the police attached to the railway corporation have their responsibilities too. But sir, we have to understand the fact that government too is also involved in community development and environmental sanitation, as it were. What in the office of the Oba and the Monarch's office, what is your own view? What do you say to the government? How do you think government can also render its assistance to make sure that this scourge of indiscriminate dumping of refuse in Agbado railway crossing of Ogun State comes to an end?
Well, as you know, Kabiyesi is our spokesman to the government, and he has been written to the government, and the government has been assisting us what they can, in the little way they can help us. Kabiyesi is very, very close to the government of the day, so, and he has been doing a lot about that. But it's left for the government. We know the government cannot do everything at the same time. But little by little, they are trying.
All right, sir. Thank you. I've been speaking to the Olori Ajay of Agbado land in Agbado, Ogun State, Ifo local government area of the state, where we've been having a jojo concerning the indiscriminate dumping of refuse in the area of the state. The success and failure of a community is largely dependent on the responsiveness of the government and the cooperation of the citizenry. The citizen expects the government to help redeem the face of the community by helping to stop the menace of indiscriminate dumping of refuse in Agbado Station. The question on many lips now is, why do residents of Agbado Station prefer to litter the streets with waste rather than using the dump site which is designed for that purpose? This is one of the illegal dump sites that people around Agbado Crossing have chosen to put their waste products and their dusts illegitimately. I have here one of the residents that has taken upon himself to clean this place and put fire at intervals. I have here Alhaji Aderemi. Baba, kí lẹ fẹ́ sọ lórí àwọn ìdọ̀tí tó wà ládùúgbò ń bí báyìí?
Nǹkan tá a fẹ́ sọ náà nìyẹn, a fẹ́ bí ìdọ̀tí ṣe ń wà ó lè dá àrùn lẹ̀, but ìgbà tí ò síbi táwọn èèyàn máa drop ìdọ̀tí sí ló ń jẹ́ kó máa drop ẹ̀ síbí báyìí. Àwa tá a dẹ̀ wà ń bí báyìí títí kan àwọn ìyá yìí títí kan gbogbo àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn, àwa la máa fi iná sí títí dé gbogbo sọ pákó lọ́hùn yẹn, àwa la máa fi iná sí tá a máa bọ́ọ̀nù ẹ̀. Tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì bá ní nǹkan tán lè ṣe fún wa láti bára kílẹ̀, àwa tá a wà ń bí ìjọba gbogbo bẹ̀yẹn rí pé bẹ̀yẹn neat, tó bá fi máa di lọ́la ń sìn tá a bá máa dé wọ́n tún ti máa dẹ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn síbẹ̀. Àárọ̀ ìnáṣẹ̀ da gbogbo àwọn eléyìí náà síbẹ̀. Àná táìmì yìí lánàá gbogbo bí ìbàyìí ó wà tí iná ń jó ń bẹ̀ ní táǹsùn gbogbo everywhere ń bẹ̀. So but àdẹ̀ lágbára kan tá a lè ṣàwọ̀ kì í gbé bí, àwa ń wá bí, à ń wá ṣiṣẹ́ bí, à ń lọ ni. So àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń gbé bí ìbàyìí àwọn náà mọ́ra wọn. So nǹkan tá a kàn fẹ́ kí ìjọba bá a ṣe ni pé láti lè bá a mọ́nítọ̀ láti lè pé kọ́ máa da ìdọ̀tí síbí ìbàyà àti pé nǹkan náà bá dẹ̀ lè ṣe fún wa lórí ẹ̀. So nǹkan tó a fẹ́ sọ nìyẹn.
Top-Notch TV visited the designated dump site to uncover why some residents boycott it. The state of this dump site is best described as abysmal, vividly underscoring the insinuation that government has only paid lip services to Agbado residents. This is the site, the portion where the government of Ogun State, especially that of Ifo local government, has apportioned for people, residents around this place, to always dump refuse and wastes. But why have the people around this place refused to use this dump site as a major place to dump refuses is still one thing not clear to many.
Is it because of the distance from the various places to this particular dump site, or is it because of sheer negligence or illiteracy why they have chosen not to use these dump sites very frequently? That is still very unclear to us and of course to many as far as this place is concerned. We just want to take some pictures of this dump site. This is the railway dump site of Agbado Crossing in Ogun State, Nigeria, where individuals go to dump refuse and all the things that they consider to be waste products from their homes, their offices, and of course from their environment. The truck pushers are not also left behind, as they also use this place to dump refuses they collect from homes, from offices of individuals, from people, and from their environments. Well, why have they failed to make optimum use of this particular dump site in the Agbado area of Ogun State? The question is still begging and asking for answers. Will the answers be gotten in this year 2016, or will we have to wait for other years to come before we get the real answer as to why individuals have failed to maximize the potentials of this place? We're still coming to know that. And of course, the Oba of Agbado also spoke at length as to why he has chosen to level down this place. The height is obviously getting too high for people to climb and dump their refuse. That might also be a major reason why they found this place too difficult to attain to dump their refuses. Anyways, this is the Agbado Crossing railway station dump site. This is the highest point of the Agbado refuse dump site, where we're taking these shots to show how high this place is and has been for years. Trust me, this dump site has increased in height over the years because the government and of course the monarchs have failed to come to level down this height of this dump. Now, this might be a turnoff for residents of Agbado and of course its environs by failing to come to use this dump site. Many feel reluctant to climb this particular height before they can deposit their dumps, so they've resorted to dumping their refuse and their wastes just by the roadsides, causing lots of hazard and of course making the environment very prone to disasters and natural disasters. Well, when will this particular scourge be taken out of the road in Agbado, Ogun State? We cannot wait, and the residents of Agbado Crossing area of Ogun State too cannot wait for the government to come to their aid, and the monarchs, the Oba, the palace to also listen to their plights and give them succor as the years run by. In like 4 years or 5 years from now, we might know the height that this particular site would have reached at a particular point in time. Maybe double of this height, or perhaps even triple. It depends on the government on whether they want to tackle the problem of indiscriminate dumping of refuse in Agbado area of Ogun State. The Oba has promised that in few days' time from here, they will come to move this dump a bit lower to make it a bit accessible and surmountable, as it were, for individuals to climb through and dump their refuse on this particular site. It is, of course, of great pity how the suburbs, how Agbado has turned into a very dirty area, a very dirty location, because people around here do not have the patience to come through to this particular dump site that the government has provided for them to dump their refuse, and they have resorted to messing the area about, messing the communities with various kinds of dirt and making the area prone to diseases and natural disasters like flood, like outbreak of diseases like cholera, and of course erosion.
At this site, or beside the railway
Well, the people of Agbado, Ogun State, await the response of government to come to their aid and of course make life more meaningful to them and help sanitize their area. One of such persons is standing right by my side here.
I'm Akintolu Ibukunluwa. I live around, the garbage here is more than what we think. I would have suggested if the government, maybe yes, claiming Ogun State, I don't know if Amosu can just stand up on our heads to help clear away this. Yeah, to help us clear away this garbage, because nobody can live around. If you can see, everywhere is bush, and people in the night, some people come here to poo-poo, all sorts of nonsense. And right now, as I'm standing to you, everywhere is smelling. I will just suggest if the government can really help us to clear away this, and it's part of their campaign. When they were in campaign, they said if you vote them in, they are going to do all these things. So the bridge is there, abandoned. So everything, we just beg the governor Ibikunle Amosu to come to our aid.
There's a report that during night or evening time, miscreants are seen around here trying to dispossess people of their belongings, smoking Indian hemp.
That's
just constitute a nuisance.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across anything of such?
Yeah, it do happen. Yes, dirty place, for police or responsible people to come down to dirty place, it's somehow. So we have a lot of bad guys around smoking their hemp, and if they look right and left, they see that nobody is coming, they will try and rob that person. She understand. So if all this place is clear off, I think such a thing will never happen.
All right, what other thing can you tell the people of this area? Because if you look towards that side, there's a signpost that is asking people to stop dumping their refuse around here.
Yeah.
But despite the placement of those signposts, people have not heeded to the call. They still continue to dump refuse here.
Due to there's no action, the signpost was just there, and nobody to arrest them. Car is not around here, everybody was just doing what they like. If the government can just focus on Agbado, make our city to be clean, that's all I can just beg from the government to do for us.
All right, you heard it all from a citizen of Agbado crossing area of Ogun State as he bore his mind about how the government can come to their aid in this particular area and provide succor for them by clearing this particular refuse dump site, which has caused and of course created nuisance over the years. The height of this particular dump site keeps increasing, and perhaps in a few years' time might be competing with Mountain Kilimanjaro in height. The government has to respond to the plight of the citizenry by delivering to them in promises. Jerry Musa reporting for Top Notch Television.